The average Nigerian grapples with, the average University of Uniuyo lecturer grapples with, the average businessman in Nigeria grapples with, and so on and so forth. Mr. Vice Chancellor, permit me to save my breath on such inanities. And my professor from Ilorin says that theater artists are social miscreants and social misfits. The word miscreant is an adjective standing for corrupt, criminal, rascally, and unprincipled persons. I want to ask you some honest questions. Is the theater artist more rascally than reggae musicians? Is the theater artist more rascally than football players? You talk of criminality. Are all the crimes committed in Nigeria committed by theater artists? Are all those arrested and detained waiting for trial theater artists? I ask you a simple question. The Nigerian politician who has abandoned all his manifesto promises, is he more or less principled than the theater artist? The governors that take our wealth and build malls and estates in foreign lands, are theater artists more or less more principled than them? Ladies and gentlemen, this allegation that theater artists are miscreants can as well be thrown into the bush for it to gather dust, because it is not true. It couldn't be true, even if it wanted to. On the argument of misfit, many times we celebrate coronation of chiefs. Many of such chiefs, with due respect, do not deserve the crown. We know what they have done to be so crowned. They are the misfits. Kidnappers, armed robbers fall into the category of criminals and misfits, and those are not theater artists. Ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't like to waste your time with that point. I'm sure it is yawning in your mind the conviction that this is not true. A few cabal out there just wanted to give a dog a bad name and hang it, but theater has always had the theatrics of circumventing such unscrupulous declarations, and even so they will do forever and ever. I go to the argument of negative image and notoriety. This allegation fails to pin down itself to a particular kind of negative image and notoriety. I was privileged to be sent by this university late last year, as a visiting scholar to Shuana University of Technology in Pretoria. And at the airport at Johannesburg, as I flagged my green passport, I was an automatic suspect. And I was searched, and the questions put across to me were, are you a Nigerian? I said, yes. He said, are you Yoruba or Igbo? Because in South Africa, the Yorubas are notorious for internet crime, while the Igbos are notorious for drugs. And I told them I was neither Yoruba nor Igbo. They searched me all the same and advised me to go about with my identity card. That is notoriety defined. I ask you, when theater artists are accused of being notorious, what is their crime? You either speak now or forever remain quiet. Similarly, the claim that theater artists are jokers betrays rustic ignorance on the part of the claimant. Perhaps the irascible claim is born out of the fact that the theater artists sometimes perform farce. Farce is a brand of drama that is intentionally, from beginning to the end, geared towards making people laugh. And so people think because a theater artist performs farce, it's a joker. And farce is just one of a lot of brands of drama. We have tragedy that can make people cry. We have satire that can slap you on the face and make you rethink your life because your foibles have been exposed. We have melodrama that positions comes in the genre of that drama, the good and the evil, and at the end, good overcomes evil. We have absurdist drama that believes that everything has lost meaning in the world. We have existentialist drama that questions the existence of God and even says that God has gone on transfer and human beings as the author and finisher of their lives. We have all kinds of drama. So when the theater artist, because he acts fast, is called a joker. What is his name when he acts tragedy? What is his name when he acts comedy? What is his name when he acts the absurdist drama? Ladies and gentlemen, you can see that there is this shallowness, this lacking depth, spurious claim that some low-level critics, in want of what to say, have been saying about this effervescent theatre. Similarly, some people say that theatre artists are vagabonds and loud. Each time I come across the word vagabond, I am first reminded of Cain in the Bible. And if I am correct, I think Cain was not a theatre artist, he was a farmer. He was the first vagabond that ever existed. And theatre artists, as vagabonds, connotes that they wander from place to place, in which case that is not the right word. Because the right word would have been something like vagrancy. Because a vagrant person wanders from place to place in search of opportunities for survival and finding none. If theatre artists are vagabonds because they wander from place to place without finding a foothold, then it is not their fault, especially if they are Nigerians, because Nigeria is a vagabond. Vagabond in the sense that, taking political situations, since we started the First Republic, we haven't had a foothold. Talking of economic policies, SAP has been tried, all kinds of things have been tried, now is privatization being tried, we are yet to land on a foothold. Even education is still being queried, and we haven't yet succeeded in stamping our feet down on the processes that will smooth scale our educational segments, and so on and so forth. So, theatre artists couldn't be all these. Hello? I hope you are following my argument. So, the thought or allegation of vagrancy agrees with the allegation of not being able to make money. Because the same thing, not finding food, not having stability economically. And nowadays, over 150 universities in Nigeria turning out graduates without a corresponding availability of absorption places for them to work. There is no profession that is automatic that when you read it, you graduate, you are going to land an automatic job. So the idea of wandering from place to place to look for a job is not applicable only to theatre arts. The economist faces it. The geographer faces it. Even the medical doctor faces it. Every student who graduates in anything looks forward to almost a vain world of emptiness that he needs to go out and struggle to find a footing. It is not peculiar to theatre art. So vagrancy as an allegation is incorrect as well. I go to a very, very crucial aspect as I bring this segment to a close. Namely, is it possible that the theatre arts themselves can bring bad names to the profession? Think about it. Osobison asked that question except that he did not answer it. I am going to dare an answer. And the Vice President 1 of Society of Nigerian Theatre Artists is here. And I challenge him to listen very well in case I will be summoned to appear before the panel of Society of Nigerian Theatre Artists for what I'm going to say, so I can cite him as my first witness. Is it possible that any professional can give his or our profession a bad name? Some of you can become very hypocritically saintly to say no. But there is a common